It's the Krisha and Frank show.
It's working.
How loud do I have to be to drown out the hairdryer? Can you even hear it? Can you even hear us? It's a podcast. You're supposed to be able to listen to the podcast. You know, in
You're
your
the
car.
one that told me to do this.
Yes, but I also suggested, I think, that you could... Hello.
Hi.
It's the Krisha and Frank show. How are you?
I'm getting there. Have you tried it?
No, I have not. I was reading an article that you can cure headaches with a hairdryer. And what you would do is you put it 18 inches from your nose on medium, and you blow yourself with it. I wasn't ready. Is that medium?
Yeah. Yes.
And then you breathe. I don't know about this.
I think it's like a heating pad for your face. It feels great.
No, my breathing... No, I don't like it. I feel like I didn't breathe the whole time. I was too... I held my breath. I need to... All right, I'll practice.
It's like if you just...
This has to be annoying. Okay. All right, I get it.
So
I made a joke that, next time I get brain freeze from my Frappuccino, I'll use the hairdryer to try to cure the haircut. I mean, the headache. Hairdryer.
I washed my hair with cold water from my refrigerator today.
That seems unusual.
Well, we didn't have any water. The city was working on the water.
Okay.
And when I went to get pretty for here.
I do like the way you're fixing yourself up.
What do you mean?
Oh, look at the nails.
I painted my nails. They're very springy.
I'm just saying, if you go back and look at the first couple of episodes.
I'm sorry, someone's calling me.
I think I set off the alarm. I think that was me setting off the danger.
Look, when we first started doing this, that was September?
Yeah.
Right. We first started doing this in September, and I was, fresh off of some trauma.
I know. I'm teasing. But you do look pretty, and you came here with a headache. So I said, I just read this silly story the other day about inhaling hairdryer air to cure headaches. And you said, do you have a hairdryer? I'm like, well,
went and fetched it.
Jerry does. But I didn't realize that you had it under the table.
I did.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, in case of emergency. No, they were doing something with the water, and I have like a Brita.
I have one too, yeah.
And it's not a pitcher, it's like a dispenser.
Okay, all right.
And it was actually the first thing I bought for my new house.
Yeah.
And I needed to wash my hair
You're
because
making me thirsty talking.
Huh?
I'm just thinking about water. I need to drink more water. You keep talking.
Yes. But I needed to wash my hair because it was dirty, and I have curly hair, so like I only wash my hair like every 3 or 4 days.
And today was the day because we're on camera, we're on podcast, we're on YouTube.
Today was hair wash day, and actually it typically looks better the day after wash. But anyway, it wasn't looking great. I needed to wash my hair, woke up to no water, so the only water I had was the water that was cold out of my refrigerator.
And that gave you a headache.
Yeah.
All right, well that makes sense. So that's why the hot air is helping your cold water headache.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you have a cold water headache, try hot air.
You had to wash your hair with fridge water.
It's delightful.
I was just grateful that I had just filled it up yesterday. Because if I hadn't, it would have been on its last end. And
oh yeah, that's always the thing when you have a spouse in the house, is who's going to fill up the Brita filter. You want to make sure that you top it off for the next person.
Yeah, you don't want to leave it empty like some jerk.
Right, because you'll hear about it. I'll be upstairs and get this. You didn't fill the water. Did I mess up my hair with the
a little bit? I'm
dryer?
fixing it. You
got
a little.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because here I am.
You would have watched it back in post.
Drinking from our fine merchandise.
Yeah, if you would like our merchandise or you would like to find more about us, KrishaandFrank.com. You click on merch. It's there. Also,
somebody bought 2 mugs.
Yeah?
But I don't know who.
Website's a work in progress. But we also got, when we were at Ale Wine, if you saw the Ale Wine episode, Frank kept throwing out some not so blatant hints that we needed a business card holder so we could get the business cards. But now we have business cards.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Aren't they nice paper?
They're very nice.
They're very nice.
So I'm excited about that because we've already been a couple of places when we emceed the Pigeon Forge Chamber Awards. They said, "Do you have a card?" I'm like, no.
We do now. And it's with our phone number, which you can text and or call. No one has, much like my regular life.
And this is the correct number?
It is 865-236-0399.
I don't have to edit this?
No, I don't have to send you a recording at 7 o'clock at night from where I said the wrong phone number.
That was a nightmare. I should have just cut
Just
that.
left it.
If I had just snipped that out altogether, and it would have been easier.
Or you could have just left it.
Because no one's called?
Because no one's called or texted. It's much like my dating life.
Oh.
Speaking of which, I have a story for you.
All right.
I was going to tell you about when I went to the dentist, but I can tell you that because we're already here. We are. So a couple episodes ago, we talked about me being alone and going out to dinner alone and stuff like that. I went to pick
And my
up.
friend Bean loved that episode.
Yeah.
He complimented us on that topic. He said, great topic, because he has no problem being alone. I think he enjoys it.
Yeah.
But he's also married, so he's got the best of both worlds.
Right. Yeah, but so I went went to pick up some to-go food.
Right.
And when I went in...
That was pretty much my advice to you as a single person.
Well,
why would you sit there and eat it when you could just take it to go?
Correct. And because, the COVID and all that. So I ordered some to-go food, and honestly, I was feeling myself watching some Netflix. So I was like, I'm going to get some to-go. And...
What'd you get?
I got Asia Cafe.
Yeah.
They have the best... It's off Callahan, so I drove all the way to Callahan.
Wow.
But
yeah.
their food is...
we need to go. I'd like to try this.
Oh, it is so good.
I have not tried it.
And the particular night that I went, they actually have karaoke. So
what a temptation for you to want to stay and
but I did
karaoke.
it because it's very busy. People stay there, and it was busy. And so I ordered my food, and when I got there, it wasn't ready yet. So I went in and sat down. And where do you have to go sit when you're waiting on to-go food? The bar.
Oh, all right.
At this particular place, and so I'm sitting there, and I have water. Because bartender's like, "Can I get you anything?" I was like, "Water." And so I'm sitting there sipping on my water, and all of a sudden there is a guy here.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey." And I was like, "Hello." And then there's another guy here. They don't know each other, and they start talking over me.
Wait.
Right?
No.
So like, "Hey, bro, what's going on with you?" "Not much, man. What's going on with you?" But they don't know each other.
You should move.
Right?
At that point, wouldn't you want to move out of this?
I'm like, my food has to be ready at any time. Like, they're going to hand it to me. So, guy over here is D. Runky Poo.
Okay.
Guy over here is very nice and very just like, there was a basketball game on and we were talking about the basketball game and, no big deal. So this guy, and I'm getting ready to touch you, drunk guy, because
you've already touched me in this story. I don't. Did I even react?
This is what dude kept doing to me.
To you?
Yeah. So like right here.
No, not on the tattoo.
Right?
Don't touch the tattoo.
Right. And he's like, hey.
So wait, show that again.
Do it to me, and I'll show you what I was doing. I'm talking to this guy, or I'm sitting here.
Hey.
Hi.
That's where he was?
Yeah.
That's the danger zone.
That's danger zone.
You've just told me to touch that area.
Right.
But we've already determined that this region is danger zone.
And regardless, you don't know me.
Yeah, I don't know you.
At all. You don't even know my name.
Is he trying to get through you to the guy?
No,
on the other side, or is he trying to get to you?
He's like
through you or to you?
Hang on. I just don't want to spill. He's like,
well, you've got a track record.
He's going to get his cup and he's like doing this thing, and he's McSwayze, like Patrick Swayze.
Oh no.
And
it's funny you should mention drunk Patrick Swayze.
I mean,
no, I'll tell you. I don't want to get on I'll tell you the tangent in a second.
Yeah. Okay. And then he orders a shot.
He's already drunk.
He is drunk, and he orders a shot, and continuously he's still like trying to talk to me, and I would turn to him and I would be like, "What?" And he would say something, and I would go, I'm not. I'm just waiting." And
like this? Is it like this?
And then, yeah. And the bartender notices this is happening, and he kind of gives me this. And this guy, he was like, "Hey, are you good?"
No.
He's smart, but he smartly realized.
Okay.
Because after this guy left, which it comes to a
After
head.
Drunky Man.
It comes to a head in a second. But after Drunky Man had left, this guy goes, he's like, "I'm so sorry I didn't jump in sooner because I thought for a second that like you were meeting him here, like that this was a date." And I was like, "No." And he goes, "It became very clear it wasn't because guy goes to take his shot, spills it in front of me.
This guy's way drunk, not just a little drunk.
Orders another shot. They pour him another shot.
No, what bartender?
He can't pick it up, right?
How is the bartender doing this?
So, because they're making money.
Okay.
So he leaves the shot there, and then he tries to take a shot by doing this. Him to me.
He's on his phone?
Him to me, holding his phone. He goes, and opens it up, and it's like where you would dial a phone number, asking for my phone number. He can't even verbalize.
He just wants you to put your number.
My number.
So it's like, see, mentally he's thinking.
You be me, and I am at this point, I'm just
There's a pretty girl. I'm going to touch her on the rib cage and get her phone number.
Yep. And he's like throws his phone down. And I went, "I don't give out my number to people that I don't intend to ever talk to." And I slid his phone back to him. And this guy goes, "Hey, bro, I think it's pretty clear she wants you to leave her alone."
Yeah, but they were talking to each other just moments earlier.
Right, because I think, he may have been interested, but then when dude showed up, he admitted later, he was like, "I thought it was like a blind date or something."
You're just trying to pick up your food.
I'm just picking up to-go food.
You're like a pile of honey, and two bees or ants, or whatever you want to call them, are just converge.
Bless their hearts. And this guy was actually ended up being so nice, and I did not give him my number either. But
you can't even be left alone. This is, I guess, where I was headed with this last week when we talked about you going to be alone to have a beer and watch your friends sing.
I just wanted to illustrate it's
the single
quite
men
impossible.
Immediately come to you.
And
now,
I'm not even sure they're single at this point,
all right.
because you know how guys are.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, though, is let's just assume, for the sake of the argument, single. And I can't defend the guys in the thing. I can only try to explain that they go out to a bar or to a beer garden or to a show alone with the intent of meeting a lady,
right?
Or a guy. If you're gay, you would meet a guy. But meeting a partner, some kind of romantic liaison,
finding another single person to lead with.
So when you see someone who fits the descriction,
who is obviously working on themselves and prettying themselves up because they're doing a show
I bet
now.
You looked great.
I was in a hoodie and with workout pants,
freshly Brita washed hair.
Yeah, just I painted my nails, trying to pretty myself
Shaved
up.
Your legs for
$13,000 worth of dental work coming. What am I going to do? I'm fixing them, buddy, because you got to look at me now.
You had shaved your legs.
I did shave my legs. And as my friend Candace said, you don't shave your legs for other people. You shave them for yourself.
So you were, they might have sensed that.
I was feeling myself.
The boys might have sensed it.
But it really is, and it's there are times when I'm out and people strike up conversations with me and it's totally fine. And most of the time that is the exception to the norm. But this guy was an exception to the norm because he realized that this was not a safe thing and actually walked me to my car.
Okay, that's nice. And he
won
was
some
okay.
points.
He was A-okay.
He was very nice. He was like, because my food came shortly after that. And I was like, "Hey, thanks so much." He goes, "Hey, do you want me to see you to your car just to make sure you're good?" I was like, "Yeah, that'd actually be nice because who knows where Drunky Pants ended up."
Wow.
Jimm with 2 M's.
Oh, he was a 2M Jimm?
He was a 2M Jimm.
Oh, you gotta watch out for the 2M Jimm.
2M Jimm.
Sorry, 2M Jimm. Not good. So let's chat for a moment about our fine sponsor, bonezones.com. Don't forget the S.
Bonezones.com. Don't forget the S.
They still have, because we've listened to the second commercial for it, they have an inventory sale going on for books and T-shirts featuring Art Bohannon.
Yeah.
The T-shirt has a picture of Art Bohannon and Dr. Bass on it.
Nice.
Can you see it over there?
See?
And then you can get one of those shirts in whatever sizes they have left, plus a book, $30. You can either have the book Prince of a Man and a T-shirt for $30, or the book Watauga and Prince of a Man. Watauga and a T-shirt for $30.
That's awesome.
Those are books by Art Bohannon, the famous fingerprint expert, who was. These are just two of his books. He's written so many since retirement. He's really gotten involved in a number of interesting things. One of which is writing, another which, of course, he went and helped clean up at 9/11. He and a lot of his guys have had severe health problems as a result of it.
Right.
So he's writing and selling, and good for him. So go to bonezones.com. Don't forget the S, because Dr. Bass and Art Bohannon are like best friends. And
you can always get the Dr. Bass stuff as well. Dr. Bass books, and he'll sign them, all that. That's still there too.
But here's an opportunity to save money while they move this inventory out and make room for the new stuff.
Excuse me.
Sure.
So what were you going to tell me about Patrick Swayze?
Oh, well, you mentioned Drunk's Patrick Swayze, and I started to chuckle.
Yeah.
Because
he was Swayze as Swayze.
I have met Patrick Swayze one time when, I guess was the song, like The Wind, She's Like the Wind, or whatever.
She's like the wind.
Whatever it had to do with Dirty Dancing.
Feel a breath in her face.
Blowing her hot
Somebody
air
close to me.
from her hairdryer.
And look in her eyes. She's out of my league. Just a fool to believe I am anything she needs.
So Patrick Swayze was very attractive. He was hot, right?
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
He was...
Like Dirty Dancing hot, we're talking about.
That movie, woo!
So here's actor Patrick Swayze, and they decide that he's got a song, and they're going to try to work the song to top 40 radio.
I mean, it's a good song.
And we played the heck out of it. So
that sax solo.
So at WAVA, where we play the song, we get an interview. We get an interview with Patrick Swayze when they bring him to town. So he comes to the radio station, and you can imagine how all the girls, women, doesn't matter, girl. I mean, we had a 99-year-old business manager, Marie Rakowski, however old she was. Everyone.
I'm going to say she wheeled herself down there to see Swayze.
It doesn't matter. Every person had interest in seeing Patrick Swayze, either because he's hot or because he's a movie star.
Right.
So,
and at that period of time, like he was hot stuff.
This is top of his game.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze, 1980s. Oof. So he was in there. And the people are coming into had a little office. There's the studio, and then a tiny little news studio, and then the office where it was like, used to be the DJ lounge, but they turned it into my office as the producer's office. Yeah. 2 desks in there. I had one, and our traffic reporter had the other to do get the information.
Let me ask you a question. Was it like the place where were the rules similar, or was it as like more lax than when at the place that we worked at together, when there was a famous person in the building, it was known that you're not...
This was more lax.
And you just see the salespeople like slowly...
Well, the good thing is it was too early for the salespeople, and the sales department was literally downstairs.
Okay.
And had a separate entrance.
Right.
So we didn't get a lot of salespeople.
We used to just see people creeping by our window.
Yeah. So this is mostly the upstairs crew, so programming and business office, engineering, you know, and traffic. So anyway, there were enough people. They all want to see Patrick Swayze. He is seated at my desk, which has his back to the door, and this is what happened the whole time.
Oh no! No, Patrick Swayze.
He took a nap. He or slept or pretended or just put his head down on his desk like he was being punished at school.
Like he's playing Heads Up 7-Up.
And he went in and did the interview. I mean, he was hungover.
Was he coherent?
He was hungover, but he was. We did the interview. But everyone was so disappointed because they couldn't say hi to him.
Yeah.
These are the people who would come by and say hi. Mr. T was in, and you had the lady in the traffic department who came by so excited because she thought, I think she may have known him in high school in Chicago or something.
Aww.
Lawrence T. Rowe, she called him.
Lawrence T. Rowe.
He got mad. Oh. He did not want to be called Lawrence T. Rowe.
Right. Yeah. He was Mr. T.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a really weird, like when you have famous people that are not on their game, it is a weird situation to be in. I interviewed Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood, and Garth Brooks was sick. He was sick. And I think I talked about this on one of the shows. The entire interview with Garth Brooks is Trisha Yearwood shaking a water bottle because I gave them one of my emergencies. And he was like, yeah, go. And I was like, well, I keep emergency with me all the time.
So she puts it in the drink, in the bottled water.
And we're still talking to Garth Brooks.
And all you hear?
It's a 3-minute interview, and all you hear is Trisha Yearwood.
Oh.
Look
at the spikes. I must have looked awful. I just said the spikes on my
It's terrible.
WAV file.
It was terrible. But no, there are famous people that I would have been able to meet had I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I intentionally didn't because I love them so much, like Jason Isbell.
Oh, right,
as a performer.
That's the part you talked about, is famous people you have avoided meeting so you don't necessarily have to see what's behind the curtain.
Because that would have crushed me, like seeing Patrick Swayze hungover, not like because he was hungover or because he was drunk, but like your image of this person is like, I'm meeting Patrick Swayze, and he's just like, I'm like, well, you're human too, but...
Yeah.
But
but in morning radio, that happens a lot. You do not get people at their best.
No.
They drag these poor, especially now if he's flown in from California and he's doing a morning show on Eastern time.
Ooh.
So even if we have him on at 9 a.m., it's going to feel like 6. And more realistically, we're having him on probably at 7:30 prime time.
Yeah.
So it feels like 4:30. It's got to be awful.
Yeah, and you send a girl like me to Vegas to interview an entire room full of still coming from the club and out partying in Vegas at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, because it's 4 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
Oh, it's...
All right. Well, I do have an exciting story to tell you that we'll have to save for Monday, I guess.
Yeah?
Because it has to do with you going to the dentist.
Yeah, I went to the dentist. I've gone to the dentist a lot, and I'm going a lot more.
Also, I have some news about taking a whole day, spending a whole day taking care of my wife's needs.
Oh, wow.
Which is a change for me.
And is that why she was able to text me? Because I have something I need to talk to you about that Jerry texted me about.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't think.
We got a whole next week.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, let's start. Let's get back to it. I guess I better make a list.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for watching and listening. We're on all your audio podcast apps. Obviously, on YouTube, we're looking for that subscriber number 500.
Yep. We're getting there.
Into the 460s.
Yeah, we're getting there.
So we were putting together some kind of...
it's a prize pack.
I can't promise it's going to be any good.
No.
But if you actually do watch the show... I don't know. It might have some value to you.
Yeah, our 500th subscriber, if you are identified, because sometimes if you subscribe and you've got your settings on YouTube, most of you have your settings on YouTube to where we can't see who you are.
Yeah, most of the 460 subscribers, I mean, we only know who a handful of them are because you're public about it.
Right. Yeah. But also, if you like listening to all things audio, you can get the Audible Trial, audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank. It's a 30-day free trial. You get a free download, and then you can keep it when you decide to not keep Audible, which why would you do that?
Right. Well, Krisha keeps Audible because you can listen to podcasts now there too. They've expanded the Audible universe. It's not the same as it used to be. So do check it out at audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank. Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
All right. Hey. Okay.
Jimm. Jimm and 2M's.
2M Jimm.
I'm 2M Jimm.
Here. Okay.
Happy
Friday.
fish fry tonight.
Bye.